Creating successful e-commerce marketing today is challenging. We live in a world where we as consumers expect a high level of privacy when browsing the internet, but we also don't want to waste time on irrelevant emails and ads. That's why segmenting customers for marketing is crucial. But how do you get enough time to analyze this seemingly endless spreadsheets of data to identify who to market to and what to show? In this video, I will talk about how e-commerce segmentation often requires a lot of trial and error, while existing solutions generally give you countless options without actually helping you with how to segment. You will learn how our audience tool lets you segment smartly from day one, by creating models around each individual customer's interests and behavior, and how you can use customer analytics to identify the best segments. And lastly, you'll learn how we're able to do this entirely without cookies. Traditionally, e-commerce segmentation requires a lot of experience to be successful. Marketeers often spend massive amounts of time analyzing orders and slowly getting an idea of what works and what does not by trying various approaches through educated guesses. In the meantime, there's always a penalty when guessing wrong in marketing, as you risk higher unsubscribe rates and low engagement with your ads and emails. The real kicker is that your marketing costs the same regardless of how many conversions it leads to. On average across industries, the conversion rate for Facebook ads is just over 9%, and for Google ads it's just over 4%. That means if you use both platforms, around 6.5% of the visitors clicking on your ads ends up buying. This might sound okay, but if you think about it, it means that over 93% of your paid traffic was not interested enough to buy what they clicked on. Your specific numbers of course depends on your industry and store, but regardless, it's a lot of wasted potential, often caused by many recipients not seeing products they care about. So marketing the right products to the right customers at the right time is important. However, many marketeers tend to segment manually by going through endless spreadsheets, slowly building lists of customers. This is both tedious and not scalable at all. The alternative is using a dedicated segmentation tool, but most of the solutions have the same problem. They don't tell you how you should segment. You will get many options for grouping customers in basically any way imaginable, but they still require you to actually figure out which segments to create to boost your profits. In other words, you save the time, but you don't get more engagement from the recipients. The best tools on the market can analyze customer intent for you, but they usually rely heavily on cookies and website data like clicks, searches, and other browsing behavior. This is bad, as it's never been easier for users to stop their website activity from being tracked with ad blockers, VPNs, and of course the mandatory cookie pop-ups that we all know and love. When the data becomes too limited, you can't really trust your segments. Sounds pretty gloomy, right? Now, imagine that you could install a robotic sales assistant on your webshop that's able to predict who you should market to and what they're interested in buying. Imagine that you didn't even have to train this assistant. It would instantly understand the intricate connections between your products, categories, pages, and customers to allow you to segment smartly in just a few seconds. Is that a bit too much? This is Clerk.io. Where other engines simply reflect what has sold in the past, Clerk.io predicts what's going to sell now. Our unique audience segmentation tool lets you find the best customers for any marketing purpose in just a few clicks. Audience makes it effortless for you to identify customer behavior and action it to increase your email revenue and return on ad spend. Let me show you how we do it. From day one, our AI understands how your customers have behaved up until now by utilizing every single historic order you've ever had. Afterwards, the AI stays up to date automatically by tracking sales trends as they happen and uses this for continuously analyzing behavior. The audience tool then creates a unique model for every single customer based on their interests, price sensitivity, purchase frequency, expected life cycle, and much, much more. Take Emma as an example. She likes buying Harry Potter themed Lego sets when they're on sale, and she shops around 6 times a year. Her last order was 3 months ago. That means she's a price sensitive customer with an interest for Lego and Harry Potter. She's also slipping away because her normal purchase behavior is to buy every other month. So she likely needs to be sent emails and ads with great offers on your Harry Potter Lego to come back. Another customer is Fred, who's a Star Wars Christmas sweater collector. Yes, that's a thing. Trust me. He only shops once a year, often around Christmas after he gets his yearly bonus, and he does not care what the sweater costs, as long as it's awesome, which, let's face it, they usually are. His latest order was 5 months ago. That means he's a non-price sensitive customer with an interest in Christmas, Star Wars and sweaters. He's an active customer as it's normal for him to only buy once a year. Okay, full disclosure, Emma and Fred are not actually real people.
What?
I think. However, our AI continuously predicts advanced customer models like this, leading to much more engagement with your emails and ads. The most powerful feature of audience is the product interests metric. Many businesses tend to only market the products that cater to the vast majority of their customer base to avoid sending irrelevant marketing. Ironically, this means that they lose out on truly relevant marketing of their long-tail products. Audience solves this problem. With Interested In, you only have to decide what you want to sell, type it in, and in a few seconds you have a full list of customers that will be likely to buy night vision top hats. Thank you, Old Spice. Using Behaviour, you can further narrow down segments based on how each customer behaves compared to everyone else. For example, you can find all of your best customers with the VIP Importance and combine it with the lost life cycle to find the ones that likely won't return without re-engagement. The orders metric lets you create segments based on stats like number of orders, average order value, and the timing of purchases to add even more detail to your segments. Any metric can be used in combination with anything else to tailor the perfect segments. Audience lets you create fantastic omni-channel experiences by syncing your segments to any tool you already use. We have integrations for the most popular tools like Google Ads, Facebook, MailChimp, Klaviyo and ActiveCampaign, with more being released regularly. If we don't have an integration for your tool, you can export CSV files in a single click and upload them anywhere. Okay, so before you think, wait, you said I didn't have to figure out which segments to market to. You're right. That's why we built Customer Analytics. With this dashboard, you can easily compare any audiences you create to see where you stand to gain the most profits from your marketing. Maybe you need to figure out if the return on ad spend will be better for Star Wars sweaters or your Harry Potter Lego. Yeah, that's like Sophie's choice. I know. Clerk.io was the first personalization tool to go fully cookieless. Our platform was built with privacy in mind and allows you to segment without the need for any cookies or other sensitive data. As a baseline, the AI just needs to know what was bought, when, and by which email address. This means you can inspire your customers to buy while retaining the privacy that most consumers expect from the internet today. We highly recommend combining audience with our advanced email tool. Check the link in the description for more info about this. In addition to customer analytics, the dashboard gives you full insight into your whole customer base so you can monitor the effect of your marketing. You can check the details of customers in each main group and use the customer base chart to keep an eye on your growth. You can use this to quickly identify positive and negative trends to help you make critical business decisions, like stocking more night vision top hats. Clerk.io is based on a super fast API and an intuitive JavaScript library called Clerk.js. With this library, you're ready to segment in just a few hours through the 2 steps of syncing your data and embedding tracking with Clerk.js. Most of this time is actually just spent on Clerk.io importing all of your historic data while you drink an extra cup of coffee. Or yerba mate. If you use one of our plug-and-play platforms, these steps can be handled automatically. The Clerk.io admin guides you in every step of the way, and our 5-star support is ready to answer any question you might have. Our pricing model allows you to grow without worries. Instead of paying a percentage of the revenue Clerk.io generates, you simply pay for what you use, just like your phone subscription. With Audience, you pay for the amount of customers imported to Clerk.io. A customer is defined as an email address with at least one order associated to it. This is Clerk.io's audience tool. To summarize, traditionally, e-commerce segmentation requires lots of trial and error before the necessary experience is achieved. While there are helpful tools, they often give you countless options without actually helping you identify how you should segment. Even when they do, they often rely on website data, which is a problem on the private internet of today. Clerk.io's audience tool lets you segment smartly from day one by creating models around each individual customer's interests and behavior. With a few clicks, you can then find who is likely to buy what you want to sell. Using customer analytics, you never have to guess which segments will give you the highest returns. Best of all, Audience does this completely without cookies. Ultimately, if you want your business to grow by working smarter, not harder, you need Clerk.io in your tech stack. It's the best way to attract, convert, and retain your customers. So, what are you waiting for?